While our fellow citizens were killed horribly, neither the African Union nor ECOWAS shed a tear or showed compassion.
Can African nations have a good future without external pressure trying to exploit them? The external pressure is applied from the inside by some organizations like ECOWAS. These organizations never helped African nations. ECOWAS, abandoned by 3 nations, claims that these nations couldn't survive without it. But guess what? Burkina Faso has planned a future without ECOWAS and aims to be more successful. The question arises, what plan is Burkina Faso making to secure a better future for itself than the entire organization of ECOWAS could provide? Let's find out. Ibrahim Traore, Prime Minister, provided details about Burkina Faso's future outside ECOWAS. But why did Burkina Faso decide to withdraw from ECOWAS in the first place? The decisions to withdraw from regional blocs carry significant weight and impact. Burkina Faso's recent decision to withdraw from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has sparked curiosity and concern, prompting an exploration into the reasons behind this strategic move. Prime Minister Ibrahim Traore, acting as the voice of Burkina Faso, provides insight into the motivations driving this decision, highlighting the nation's commitment to safeguarding sovereignty and security. Prime Minister Ibrahim Traore's articulation of Burkina Faso's perspective unveils a carefully considered decision rather than a hasty reaction. Traore emphasizes the deep-seated desire to protect the nation's sovereignty and security, presenting the withdrawal as a proactive measure. This perspective challenges the notion that the move is solely a response to immediate events. It positions it as a strategic choice to ensure Burkina Faso's populace's long-term welfare and prosperity. How does Burkina Faso perceive the support from the African Union and ECOWAS during times of crisis? Crucial to understanding Burkina Faso's decision is the perceived lack of compassion and support from both the African Union and ECOWAS, particularly during times of crisis, especially when facing the menace of terrorism. Burkina Faso experienced a sense of abandonment during these challenging periods. The failure of the African Union and ECOWAS to prioritize Burkina Faso's security concerns created a profound disillusionment that played a pivotal role in shaping the decision to sever ties.
As having been divided so very arbitrarily in Berlin in 1884 and 1885, that has been spoken to. And we have been told so very correctly how that continues to bedevil the continent of Africa and to undermine our attempts at unity.
Security concerns emerge as a central theme in Burkina Faso's withdrawal from ECOWAS. Prime Minister Traore highlights the government's commitment to ensuring the safety of its citizens. The decision is portrayed as a direct response to the perceived inadequacies in addressing security challenges within the regional framework. Burkina Faso's experience with terrorism, in particular, catalyzes this decision, emphasizing the need for a more robust and responsive approach to security concerns. A fine understanding of Burkina Faso's withdrawal requires a historical perspective on its relationship with ECOWAS. So, let's talk about it. While initially part of a regional alliance aimed at fostering economic cooperation and integration, Burkina Faso's evolving concerns and priorities have influenced a reassessment of this relationship. The decision to withdraw signals a shift in perspective, indicating that the dynamics between Burkina Faso and ECOWAS have changed significantly over time. The decision to withdraw from ECOWAS inevitably raises questions about the potential repercussions on regional dynamics within West Africa. In its calculated move, Burkina Faso anticipates reconfiguring its role and relationships within the broader regional context. As a key member of ECOWAS, Burkina Faso's withdrawal introduces complexities in regional economic cooperation. The absence of Burkina Faso from this economic alliance prompts inquiries into the nation's future economic strategies and partnerships. Prime Minister Traore's articulation of the withdrawal rationale sheds light on Burkina Faso's intention to pursue alternative avenues for economic cooperation, raising questions about the nation's post-withdrawal economic vision and strategies. What diplomatic steps does Burkina Faso plan to take post-ECOWAS withdrawal? Diplomatic repercussions are inevitable in a nation's withdrawal from a regional bloc. Burkina Faso's decision prompts an exploration of the diplomatic steps the nation plans to take in the aftermath of severing ties with ECOWAS. Understanding Burkina Faso's diplomatic vision post-withdrawal is essential for gauging the potential impact on its international relationships, alliances, and standing in the global arena. What advantages does Burkina Faso see in withdrawing from ECOWAS? Prime Minister Traore outlines a comprehensive approach to regional security following Burkina Faso's departure from ECOWAS. He highlights the intention to forge new security partnerships while assuring existing allies of Burkina Faso's commitment to collective security. The nation plans to negotiate bilateral agreements with neighboring countries, forming a collaborative front against shared security threats. Burkina Faso aims to strengthen its internal security apparatus by investing in technology and intelligence to better combat terrorism. The withdrawal from ECOWAS catalyzes a more agile and responsive security strategy tailored to Burkina Faso's specific challenges. The official stance conveyed by Prime Minister Traore suggests that Burkina Faso remains committed to regional integration despite withdrawing from ECOWAS. He emphasizes the pursuit of alternative avenues for collaboration and cooperation, citing the African Continental Free Trade Area (AFCFTA) as a platform for continued regional engagement. Burkina Faso sees the withdrawal as a strategic recalibration rather than a complete disengagement from regional affairs. The nation aims to explore partnerships beyond the constraints of ECOWAS, fostering diplomatic ties that align more closely with its evolving priorities and interests. Prime Minister Traore addressed concerns about the potential impact on citizens and businesses, ensuring the government had a comprehensive plan to mitigate any adverse effects. He asserts that the newfound economic autonomy will open doors for tailored policies that stimulate domestic industries, creating employment opportunities and economic growth. There is a vision of a resilient Burkina Faso, leveraging its withdrawal from ECOWAS to implement reforms that enhance the overall well-being of its citizens. The government aims to support businesses during the transition, ensuring a smooth adaptation to the changing economic landscape. According to Prime Minister Traore's statements, Burkina Faso envisions filling the void through proactive diplomatic initiatives. The nation plans to seek partnerships with individual ECOWAS member states and other regional entities. The focus is on building alliances based on mutual interests and shared concerns, transcending the limitations that may have been perceived within the ECOWAS framework. Burkina Faso sees its withdrawal as an opportunity to diversify its diplomatic engagements and construct a network of relationships that better align with its evolving priorities on the regional stage. Prime Minister Traore articulates Burkina Faso's ambition to play an active role in shaping regional security policies. The nation aims to contribute insights and strategies to address common security challenges West African countries face. Burkina Faso intends to leverage its experience and expertise in countering terrorism to foster a collaborative approach that transcends the boundaries of regional organizations. Burkina Faso sees its withdrawal as an opportunity to have a more direct and impactful role in shaping the security landscape, unencumbered by the collective decisions of a larger regional body. But how does Burkina Faso plan to address criticism and concerns from other ECOWAS member states regarding its withdrawal?
And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said.
Prime Minister Traore acknowledges the potential for criticism and concerns from other ECOWAS member states and expresses a commitment to open dialogue. He emphasizes the importance of transparent communication to clarify Burkina Faso's motivations and intentions. The nation plans to engage in diplomatic efforts to address any apprehensions. It seeks to assure neighboring countries that the decision to withdraw is not a rejection of regional cooperation, but a strategic repositioning. Burkina Faso knows the need to maintain amicable relations with its neighbors, mitigating any potential fallout from its departure from ECOWAS. Prime Minister Traore discusses the potential impact on foreign aid and international assistance, asserting that Burkina Faso remains open to collaboration beyond the ECOWAS framework. The nation anticipates that its proactive diplomatic engagements will help maintain and, in some cases, even enhance international assistance. Burkina Faso aims to assure the international community that withdrawing from ECOWAS does not signify a retreat from global cooperation, but rather a strategic realignment of priorities. Prime Minister Traore outlines Burkina Faso's approach to navigating regional conflicts independently. The nation intends to adopt a diplomatic stance, actively engaging in conflict resolution efforts and leveraging its diplomatic ties to mediate disputes. Burkina Faso envisions a role as a neutral and constructive mediator, unbound by the collective decisions of a regional bloc. The government plans to invest in diplomatic and conflict resolution capabilities, aiming to enhance its capacity to navigate complex regional issues without relying on the mechanisms provided by ECOWAS. How does Burkina Faso plan to maintain its cultural and historical ties with ECOWAS member states post-withdrawal? Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. Prime Minister Traore emphasizes the significance of cultural and historical ties with ECOWAS member states and outlines Burkina Faso's commitment to preserving these connections. The nation plans to engage in cultural exchange programs, educational initiatives, and people-to-people diplomacy to foster enduring relationships. Burkina Faso sees the withdrawal as an opportunity to strengthen cultural bonds on a bilateral level, unburdened by the constraints of a regional organization. The government envisions continued collaboration in mutual interests, such as education, arts, and sports, to maintain and nourish the richness of relationships woven over the years within the ECOWAS community. And how does Burkina Faso plan to address potential economic challenges arising from its ECOWAS withdrawal? Prime Minister Traore addressed concerns about potential economic challenges, emphasizing that the government had devised a comprehensive strategy. Burkina Faso plans to diversify its trade partnerships, seeking new markets beyond the confines of ECOWAS. The government also aims to implement policies that stimulate domestic production, reducing dependence on imported goods. Prime Minister Traore expresses confidence that these measures will offset potential economic challenges and contribute to long-term economic sustainability and growth. There are a series of steps to ensure a smooth transition post-ECOWAS withdrawal. The government plans to establish a dedicated task force to manage the intricacies of disengagement, overseeing diplomatic, economic, and security aspects. Burkina Faso aims for a phased approach, allowing for a gradual adjustment to the new geopolitical landscape. Additionally, the government plans to engage with stakeholders, including businesses and citizens, to communicate changes, address concerns, and facilitate a cooperative transition. The emphasis is on proactive and transparent governance during this period of significant change. Prime Minister Traore also discusses Burkina Faso's intention to engage with alternative regional organizations post-ECOWAS withdrawal. The nation aims to explore collaboration with organizations that align more closely with its current priorities and objectives. Burkina Faso sees this as an opportunity to contribute actively to the regional discourse on various issues unbound by the collective decisions of a specific bloc. The government envisions a flexible approach to regional partnerships, tailoring engagements to better suit Burkina Faso's evolving needs and challenges. Prime Minister Traore also emphasizes Burkina Faso's unwavering commitment to human rights and democracy post-ECOWAS withdrawal. The nation pledges to uphold international standards and collaborate to promote democratic values. Burkina Faso actively participates in regional and international forums focused on human rights, demonstrating its dedication to these fundamental principles. The government aims to assure the international community that its withdrawal from ECOWAS does not signal a departure from democratic ideals, but rather a strategic realignment to better address the evolving needs of its citizens. How does Burkina Faso plan to collaborate with the private sector during this transition? Acknowledging the private sector's pivotal role, Burkina Faso's strategy involves collaborating with private enterprises to ensure economic growth and stability. This collaboration is a government-centric effort to involve the private sector in the country's reconfiguration efforts. Prime Minister Traore emphasizes the private sector's role as the economy's engine and a major employer, highlighting a commitment to collaborative efforts between the government and private enterprises. Without ECOWAS, Burkina Faso recognizes the importance of a strong and dynamic private sector in driving economic development. The collaboration between the government and the private sector during this transition period is crucial for achieving the nation's economic autonomy and resilience goals. Prime Minister Traore's statements indicate a departure from a purely government-led approach to a more inclusive strategy that leverages the private sector's expertise, innovation, and resources. This collaborative effort aims not only to navigate the challenges arising from the ECOWAS withdrawal, but also to foster a conducive environment for economic growth. The government's acknowledgement of the private sector as a vital component of Burkina Faso's economic landscape reflects a strategic understanding of the sector's potential to contribute to job creation, innovation, and increased productivity. By actively involving private enterprises in the transition process, Burkina Faso aims to tap into the agility and efficiency characteristic of the private sector. Prime Minister Traore's emphasis on collaboration highlights the government's recognition of the private sector's ability to adapt quickly to changing circumstances. This approach aligns with the broader vision of a phased transition where the government and private enterprises work hand in hand to address challenges and seize opportunities that may arise in the post-ECOWAS landscape. The collaborative effort is expected to manifest in various forms, including policy dialogues, joint ventures, and public-private partnerships. By engaging in open communication and consultation with private stakeholders, Burkina Faso aims to ensure that the private sector's interests and concerns are considered in the decision-making processes during this critical period. Additionally, the government's commitment to collaborative efforts signifies a desire to create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. This includes regulatory frameworks that support innovation, infrastructure development, and access to financing, all crucial elements for the private sector's active participation in shaping Burkina Faso's economic future. Now, let's come to the question that must have popped into your head. What challenges and risks does Burkina Faso face in its withdrawal from ECOWAS? Does it need to work, or can it cope? Prime Minister Traore addressed environmental concerns and emphasized Burkina Faso's commitment to sustainable development post-ECOWAS withdrawal. The government plans to integrate environmental considerations into policies to balance economic development and environmental preservation. Burkina Faso envisions sustainable practices in industries and agriculture, promoting eco-friendly approaches. The withdrawal is an opportunity to tailor environmental policies to the nation's specific needs and aspirations, fostering long-term sustainable development. Through Prime Minister Traore's statements, Burkina Faso outlines an approach to maintain diplomatic influence in the West African region post-ECOWAS withdrawal. The nation plans to actively participate in regional forums, engage in diplomatic initiatives, and foster alliances with individual member states. Burkina Faso sees its withdrawal not as a retreat from regional influence, but as an opportunity to engage more directly with neighboring countries, showcasing its commitment to constructive collaboration and shared development goals. How does Burkina Faso plan to ensure inclusive development and address socio-economic disparities within its borders post-ECOWAS withdrawal? Prime Minister Traore highlights Burkina Faso's commitment to inclusive development, emphasizing efforts to address socio-economic disparities within the country. The government plans to implement targeted policies prioritizing marginalized communities and regions, ensuring that the benefits of economic growth are distributed equitably. Burkina Faso sees the withdrawal as an opportunity to tailor development strategies to specific local needs, fostering a more inclusive and sustainable socio-economic landscape. How does Burkina Faso plan to engage its diaspora after ECOWAS withdrawal? Prime Minister Traore discusses Burkina Faso's intention to actively engage its diaspora post-ECOWAS withdrawal. The government plans to foster connections, encourage investments, and create platforms for diaspora involvement in the nation's development. Burkina Faso sees the withdrawal as an opportunity to strengthen ties with its diaspora, leveraging their skills, expertise, and financial contributions to contribute significantly to the country's growth and development. Regarding potential disruptions, Prime Minister Traore outlines Burkina Faso's strategy to maintain cross-border cooperation and relations with neighboring countries post-ECOWAS withdrawal. the government plans to engage in diplomatic efforts to continue amicable relationships and address challenges. Burkina Faso is mindful of the importance of regional stability and aims to navigate the post-withdrawal period, focusing on preserving positive relations and cooperation with its neighbors. Prime Minister acknowledges the possibility of disagreements and conflicts with ECOWAS member states and expresses a commitment to a diplomatic resolution. Burkina Faso plans to engage in dialogue, transparently communicating its motivations and intentions to address concerns and maintain amicable relations. Burkina Faso is aware of the delicate nature of diplomatic relationships and aims to navigate disagreements with a focus on peaceful resolution and ongoing collaboration, despite the withdrawal from the regional bloc. Now, let's come to the Sahel region. How does Burkina Faso plan to foster regional cooperation in the Sahel? Prime Minister Traore highlights the importance of cultural diplomacy as a cornerstone of Burkina Faso's post-ECOWAS diplomatic strategy. The nation intends to showcase its rich cultural heritage through cultural exchange programs, arts initiatives, and educational collaborations. Burkina Faso sees cultural diplomacy as a means to build bridges, strengthen relationships, and enhance mutual understanding. The withdrawal from ECOWAS is portrayed as an opportunity to tailor cultural initiatives to align more closely with the nation's evolving diplomatic priorities. Prime Minister Traore addresses concerns about the potential impact on regional peacekeeping efforts. Burkina Faso plans to maintain its commitment to peacekeeping by engaging in collaborative efforts with regional partners and international organizations. The nation aims to continue contributing to peace and stability in West Africa, emphasizing the importance of collective security initiatives beyond the ECOWAS framework. The withdrawal is a strategic shift in engagement rather than a reduction in Burkina Faso's commitment to regional peacekeeping efforts. How does Burkina Faso plan to uphold and strengthen its cultural and historical ties with ECOWAS member states post-withdrawal? Prime Minister Traore emphasizes the enduring significance of cultural and historical ties with ECOWAS member states. To strengthen these connections, Burkina Faso plans to initiate cultural exchange programs, educational collaborations, and people-to-people diplomacy. What measures does Burkina Faso plan to implement to ensure the continued flow of foreign direct investment (FDI) after leaving ECOWAS? Acknowledging the importance of foreign direct investment, Prime Minister Traore outlines measures to ensure its continued flow post-ECOWAS withdrawal. Burkina Faso plans to create a conducive business environment, implement investor-friendly policies, and actively engage with international partners to attract FDI. The government sees the withdrawal as an opportunity to showcase Burkina Faso's economic potential, unburdened by the constraints of ECOWAS, and to actively pursue partnerships that contribute to sustained economic growth and development. Do you think the future Burkina Faso is planning without ECOWAS is legitimate? Will success be possible? Let us know in the comments section. Was leaving Burkina Faso the right decision in the first place? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.